On July 1st, 2020, the Ugandan Parliament decided to upgrade Mbale, among other towns, to a city status. Although this was wonderful news to the dwellers of the city, many who jubilated, it is becoming more bitter for some, especially those who lived in the sub-counties that were annexed from Mbale district to form a creation of the now Mbale city. The residents in the sub-counties such as Nauyo-Bugema Town Council, Nakaloke Sub-County and Nakaloke Town Council, among other lower local governments, expressed the joy of being transformed from their rural life now to modern life of being in a city. Little did they anticipate the challenges that such developments would bear on their lives at a time when the authorities of the city begin to further the urban development plan, which would include the expansion of the road infrastructure, demolition of the old structures, the new taxes that were to be levied against those that operated in the precincts of the city. Cities serve as public hubs for commerce, government social services, health, education, industry and transportation, among others. In a significant step towards urban development, residents of Nauyo, specifically those living along Munkaga-Nauyo Road, which is earmarked for modernization, recently started to taste on the bitter fruits of what we would call Mbale City Development Plan.
Twenyumirwa nnyo olwa gavumenti okutuleetera enkulaakulana gye tubadde tutetegekedde okutuusa bwe tutuusiza mu state eno bweti abantu bane balisula bizinesi z'abantu zoononese.
Eno yajja ne tugitegeerako era abakungu babadde bajja batusomesa ku ngeri gye balina okukolamu oluguudo naye tebakkaanya na batuuze bulungi.
Tetula kyakola n'oluguudo lwennyini luluna balumenye naye tetumanyi ebbanga lwe bagenda okutandika okukola ki kulukola kati mu mbeera yeno gye tulimu ne pulaani yennyini gye tugenda okuddizaawo ebizimbe byaffe tetumanyi oba tugenda kubizaawo tutya.
The authorities early this month demolished buildings of those who lived and operated along this road in preparation for its expansion and the subsequent rehabilitation.
Abantu babadde bakafuna sente za PDM mweri ewange wano obuzibu buno nga bugwawo ayi tetumanyi tunaababanja tutya tetumanyi kati oba tunaabakola tutya abantu bakudduka buddusi n'akasente ka gavumenti.
Kati laba bayononya ebintu by'abantu si kibi naye bononya ebintu by'abantu n'essaazi ne kuba basibyeko kati olowooza ffe otusula waggulu eyo tunaayitirawo ogenda otuuka gye tugenda.
The road, stretching 1.6 kilometers from Tororo Highway to Nauyo, is part of the city's broader plan to upgrade infrastructure within the city, covering all the sub-counties that were annexed from Mbale district. Although there was resistance during the demolition of people's property, majority of the affected persons acknowledge the potential benefits of the development, which is expected to facilitate better transportation and open new commercial opportunities.
Naye okuyisa oluguudo kibeera kirungi kati ngaffe ebiduuka kituufu twagala enguudo zibeera ki ennungi.
By building roads, schools and other infrastructure and providing recreational opportunities, sports fields and movie theaters all grow more appealing, and overall there is widespread convenience and an improvement in lifestyles, and therefore it is up to each person to decide what kind of life and services they should have access to. This is despite the costs associated with the same development though.
In these cities we find quality of life improving. We have infrastructures like hospitals, good schools, even consumption improves. People start consuming goods which they are not consuming in the villages. Economic activities improve.
Yasin Muyimba is a development economist at Islamic University in Uganda.
Of course, this quality comes with some costs. Of course, people might not expect it, but when they expect good things, they should expect good qualities. I mean, some costs. These costs can come in terms of people being chased away from the streets, when we want to expand the infrastructures like roads, people will have to be extended to some areas.
Mahimba emphasizes that engaging residents in the planning process is essential to address their concerns and ensure a smooth transition if cities are to grow.
Of course, people will not always be ready, but it requires the council or the city managers, the local leaders, to prepare these people. Of course, development should also be accompanied with proper planning. They should be, first of all, be prepared. The people should be prepared to settle them somewhere. Even involve other stakeholders like the environmental people, like the planners, the engineers of the city. Should involve these people when they are planning for the new city.
Stephen Masiga, a researcher with Makerere University Mbale branch, says that although it is crucial for the infrastructure to grow within the city, it is also very important that the city council just doesn't take people's land at a free cost. He notes the council should have budgeted plans for compensation of persons that will be affected by the new projects.
Yes, we have the city, of course, as residents. We are yet to officially see either the good fruits, but we are seeing the bad ones when people's homes are razed down. I think when you bring people on board, you must use the same status like other cities. If you want to take people's land, I think it makes a lot of sense for you to use the formal parameters government uses, that when you take land, you make payments, you make compensations. So meaning even when you don't have money, you should be able to write to government because people own land. Land is not owned by government. Yes, even the government has its own land, but people also have their own land. When you look at the Constitution, specifically Article 26, Clause 1 and 2 of the Constitution of Uganda, it says or directs or gives the citizens a right to own property. So people have a right to own properties.
Local leaders and residents have, however, expressed optimism about the road's potential impact. While some long-time community members have struggled with the changes, many recognize that the new infrastructure promised to enhance mobility and stimulate economic activities in the city.
The City Development Forum under the Usmidi project is mandated to do a priority list of what infrastructure will be done. So Monkaga Inclusive was put forward and it was approved by council. So our communities were not expectant of this because they were living in informal settlements. But for Monkaga, we want to appreciate the Global Land Tool Network and UN Habitat with the Ministry of Lands. They helped us work on the plan, Nauyo neighborhood plan, that was entirely participatory with the community. So it was approved in May, and we had to work with the community that where should we start, and that was in Nauyo. People were expectant of this.
Musa Kasaja, the Speaker of Mbale City's Industrial Division, asserts that the city is undergoing significant modernization that aims to improve its landscape and residents' lives.
When you look at the developed cities within Uganda and outside Uganda, you will find that there are certain things that are changing depending on the available situations. Like that one which happened in Nauyo, it might also happen elsewhere. Why? That there are requirements of standardizing certain institutions, and when they are standardizing, definitely people will have to suffer the consequences. But as leaders, we say that whatever implementation we do, we shall make sure that we do much of the protection of the people, but also to have the service given to the same person, because whatever we do for those people. So we must have them available so that they enjoy, since they are the end user of these projects.
He notes that while some areas may face temporary disruptions, the long-term benefits such as better infrastructure and economic opportunities could positively impact the entire community.
It has affected the people of Nauyo, and it has been affecting, you have seen this in Kampala, elsewhere, people are suffering the same. But how do we console them? We need to be them near. When somebody loses somebody, you must be near to pamper that person so that he or she feels less of the demise of that person. So it's true. I know all the cities, when such kinds occurs, the people will always feel bad. The only unfortunate part of it is the program of USMID does not do with the compensations. Otherwise, those people would deserve a compensation really, because they have been earning a living from those small properties they have been owning on the road reserves. But if we had like the other institutions, organizations which can at least put in something, these people would be compensated. But USMID does not do what? But does not do compensation. That's the unfortunate part of it.
Mbale is presently a commercial epicenter in the whole of Eastern region along the northern corridor because of her proximity to Kenya, a neighbor with potent economy, and more specifically the construction of Mbale-Rwakaka Highway to Uganda-Kenya border. Mbale was the first municipality with Mengo, which later turned into Kampala, to be declared as towns on the same day as early as 1906. This is City Post TV.